Hi party people, it's Maisie the book lady. I am just tuning in this morning to show you some of our fiction series for older readers, mainly middle and high school. And there's Gray. Say hi.
Hi.
Say good morning.
Hello.
You want to be in the video today?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's the dog. Okay, so anyway, so these are going to be for ages probably 10 to 15, 16. It just depends on your child's reading level and their interest. So I'll start with the Impossible Quest series, and you can see in the catalog here, we have the whole, well, it's not coming out good. Here we go. The whole collection for $24.99. It has 5 books in it. But you can see them here. If your child likes Lord of the Rings, Hunger Games, Harry Potter, anything like that where there's sort of like competition and there's adventure and there's magical creatures, kind of a fantasy aspect, they'll like the Impossible Quest. So these kids, they have like a prophecy that they're trying to put together. They're trying to figure out what it all means, and then they've got like magical creatures like unicorns and witches and things that kind of help them put together the elements that they need. So this is what it looks like. So you can see it's got chapters. So you can kind of see the reading level here. And these, all of our paperbacks are really nice quality. They're $5.99 each, or you can get the collection here for Impossible Quest, $24.99. Okay, another new one that we have, I don't have a copy yet, but I've heard that this is really popular already in Australia. That's where it comes from. But it's about a preteen girl, and this is for ages 9 to 14, that wants to be on a ship. She wants to learn the trading industry, and she's got to have courage to, set out on her own and go on an adventure. So the first one is Star of Del Toro, Shadows of the Master. The second one is Star of Del Toro, Two Moons. And they're $5.99 each. Right now we just have book 1 and book 2. Over here, this series is very popular for middle school girls. It's Choose Your Own Adventure. Choose Your Own Ever After. Choose Your Own Adventure is kind of what I grew up with. But basically, these two best friends, they're doing typical teenage girl stuff, going to parties, dealing with school and stuff. So you can see at the end of a section of the book, it gives you a choice. If you think Kitty should meet Rio and Persephone, go to page 114. If you think Kitty should go back to the campground with Mia and Izzy, go to page 137. So it lets girls make their own choices, how they want the story to go, which is kind of fun and empowering. And it's nothing too deep. It's kind of a lot of stuff, makeup, girls, sleepovers, going, out to a party, that kind of thing. But it's very popular. Okay, what else do we have? This Conspiracy 365 series is kind of about this teenage boy who gets a warning, something about something his father did, and his father was killed. He's got to figure out like what happened with that, and he's gonna be on the run. He's gonna be a fugitive. So it's very fast paced, very it's a thriller cliffhanger type series. It's been popular with boys and girls, ages 10 to 15. So the first one in the series would be January. It goes by the months. So January is book 1, and it goes all the way to December. And then there are 2 bonus books at the end, Revenge and Malice. Then once they finish that series, they can go on to the Black Ops series. So don't read this one before you read this one. And the complete hardback set is $100. And then, but you don't, I think you can get, I'll check and see if you can get it in paperback. I'm not sure if you can get the whole set in paperback. But anyway, those are $4.99 each for paperback. Okay, now the last 13 is also one of our #1 sellers for teenagers. The last 13 means 13 people left on Earth who are having the same dreams. They're called the Dreamers, and their dreams mean something about the future of the world, and they've got to get together and figure out what that means. And so there's always danger and adventure, and I think it literally counts down the minutes and hours and everything. And so it's a countdown. So it starts actually with book 13 and it goes down to book 1. So the first book you want in this series is called 13. Okay, so I know that's a little confusing. The complete collection is $109.99, and that's for all 13 books. Okay, oh, and this is what they look like, sorry. This is the third one. So you can kind of see the reading level, and it's got interesting, like the text, the font changes. You can see at the top it kind of counts down there. And I think the way it starts off, yeah, previously, it gives you a little recap of what happened in the last book. So these are very, very popular for that age. Okay, this is a new mystery series, and it's about a girl who lives in a department store, or works in a department store, at one of London's famous high-class establishments. And there's, I think it's set in the past. I'm not sure what age it's set in. But, you know, it's kind of like a Sherlock Holmes type of feel, but set in a department store. And it's a girl who is the main character, an orphan, Sophie Taylor. So this is the first book, and this is the second book. I'll show you this one, Shield of Kuromori. If your kids like anime, or if they just like mythical creatures, fantasy, this would be a great series. There's 2 right now, Sword of Kuromori and Shield of Kuromori. And I think you'd want to read the Sword first. But you can see here what the reading level looks like. It's for ages 14 and up, so this would be for high schoolers. Okay. Yeah, so they've got a, like, science meets myth is kind of what it says. There's some kind of global catastrophe going to happen, and only they can see these creatures. They're living in Japan. It's set in Japan, and they can see these creatures that no one else can see. Okay, the Phoenix Files. This is great for teenagers also. The complete collection is $36.99. And let's see, I don't really know what it's about, actually. I've never read it, but I hear great things about it. So here, let's see together. Electrifying alternating narrator series catapults the reader into a creepy lockdown desert town built by an all-powerful corporation populated by people who can unwittingly mutate and travel through time. With a plot that twists and turns unexpectedly, Phoenix Files is a compelling and suspenseful read. So there you go. Now we both know what it's about. So I think you start with this one, Arrival, and you go through. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you can get the complete collection for $36.99. It's a good deal. They're really thick books. Okay, so that's all I have right now. Oh, The Debt is also a really good series. This boy's father did something, and he owes a debt. The family owes some sort of a debt, and he's got to figure out, he's got to pay for it because he's the remaining heir to the family, I guess. And it's set in Australia. I think it has some like mobster mobster qualities to it. And the whole series is $39.99. Okay, so I will show some series for younger readers, like 6, 7, and up. So 7 to like 10 or 11. I'll show those later on this weekend. Okay, have a great weekend. Bye.